Now, just 4 weeks to go until the EFL gets underway. League Two, Salford narrowly missed out on the playoff final last season, but preparations for the new campaign are continuing at the Peninsula Stadium. Today we can head there now to speak to Salford Chief Executive and co-owner and former Man United and Newcastle midfielder Nicky Butt. Thank you so much for joining us, Nicky, in the sunshine at least outside. And how is pre-season going at Salford? The weather definitely helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, hi. It's going really well at the minute. The lads are all in pre-season now. It's a couple of weeks into it and working hard, and they're getting the running going, and we're looking forward to some games coming up soon.
Like pre-season, or were you one of those that hated it and struggled?
No, I really hated it. I wasn't too bad. I didn't struggle too much, but I hated pre-season. So I'm quite happy looking from the stands and watching them running round and breathing and sweating. And yeah, I'm more than happy being in the stand at the minute.
Everyone being put through their paces instead. Now tell us about this new kit that you've got. It's a special kit, isn't it, for an anniversary season?
Yeah, well, it's just this is the kit here. So it's obviously looking around Salford Lads Club. There's 120 of these going on sale for the 120 years of Salford Lads Club. All the money would go to Salford Lads Club to help fund the building and the repairs that they need. There's 50 going on sale tomorrow from the Salford Lads Club, and yeah, we're going to be wearing it in the Radcliffe away game and the Derby away game, pre-season game. So we think it's a really lovely kit, and it's great. It's great for us to be able to help the local lads club.
It does look very special indeed. I don't know if that van passing seen it, just giving you a little toot there, saying they like the look of it as well. Tell us about last season. I mean, you missed the playoffs. How tough was that to take, and how do you pick yourselves up and I guess just have to go again?
Yeah, it's very tough. It's a long season to get to the playoffs, and then you fail obviously on penalties, which was what we did. But I mean, you know, as you say the same for Stockport getting to the final at Wembley and losing on penalties. It's just a horrible place to be, but it's exciting. It's what the fans like to see. But yeah, you're right. We picked ourselves up now. We go again. It's an exciting season this season in League Two. There's some big clubs in there. There'll be some big fans, some big crowds. So it's something we're looking forward to. Yeah, we obviously disappointed last season, but you get what you deserve in football, and I think we didn't deserve to go up, and we are where we are, so we go again. Quite
right. You'll be in the same league as well as Wrexham. What have you made of, I mean, their incredible rise and actually the attention they've brought to the lower leagues with Ryan Reynolds as the owner? It was you guys in the spotlight for such a long time with you know, the ownership and the situation and set up at Salford, and then suddenly Hollywood stars come in, don't they?
Yeah, it's great for us to take the attention off us for a bit, but we had that for 6-7 years going up at the time. Obviously Wrexham's come along with Ryan Reynolds, and they've done a great job, to be fair. You know, they've got the local community behind them. I think that's a big part of football teams like ours. You've got to get the community on side, you've got to work in the community, and they've done that. They have a big fan base, they're a big club. Yeah, you can only applaud what they've done, and the more people that come into our football clubs and help push the local clubs forward, it has to be applauded, really. So well done to them, and it's going to be a really exciting game when we play them.
Yeah, how competitive is it going to be? Do you think even more tougher promotion with the likes of Notts County back in League Two and Wrexham as well?
Yeah, some very big clubs in there. You just mentioned there the crowd base, the fan base, they're all going to be big. I think the average crowd will probably go up by about 5,000 this year, just for the fact that the big clubs are in there. Bradford's still in there as well with their fan base. So it's a big season for League Two this season, and it's exciting. It's something that we're looking forward to, and I think any player wants to be part of that and enjoy it. And our players are no different, and I'm sure all the other players in League Two will be the same.
And I guess a lot of eyes are going to be on Wrexham when they take on your former side Manchester United in pre-season as well. Might get to see Mason Mount, of course, in action with United confirming him this week. Good signing. How do you think he's going to fit in? Yeah,
I think he's a very good player. I think when you have a football club and you're a manager, you want as many good players as you can into your squad. They work out over the season where they end up playing. So he might play as a 10, he might play off the left or off the right, but good players always get into the team and into the setup, and he's a very good player. Watched him close up a few times, and very talented boy, English, young, seems like a great lad as well. So I think it's a good signing for Man United.
Looks like they might be trying to replace David De Gea as a number one at the moment, with talks ongoing for Inter Milan keeper Andre Onana. Do you think it is time for a change of goalkeeper?
I think David's been amazing for Man United. He's been there for 12 years, I think, now. So, and I think he's won the Player of the Year, or the Fans Player of the Year, for about 4 or 5 years of that 12 years of his stint. So you've just got to applaud David. He's had his critics, he's had his mistakes, but he's been a great servant to Man United. It might be time for him to go if he's still not wanting to be there. I think it's happened a couple of years in a row now, and I think you look at all the players that leave, Cristiano and all the other players, when they want to go to Spain or wherever it is they want to go to, if you stop them 1 year, they come back the next year and they want to go all the next year. And I think sooner or later you just got to say, if you're not happy at the football club, then it might be time to move on. But the big thing is, how do you replace him? Because like I say, he's been phenomenal for Man United. He's got his critics, but he has been one of the best keepers in Europe for many years.
Very loyal one as well, hasn't he? United also in the market for a striker at the moment. There's interest in young Atalanta striker Rasmus Højlund. Is he the kind of number 9 that Ten Hag maybe needs? And no pressure, he's been described as, someone set to rival Erling Haaland if he comes to the Premier League.
Yeah, that's some pressure, that, because he had an amazing season last season. He's a good young player. I think the recruitment team at Man United obviously looking all over the world for these kind of players, because they're hard to find. Harry Kane's been mentioned so many years in a row for Man United. That seems to be pushed to the side now. But whoever they buy, I believe, has to be someone that can fit into the squad. Age-wise, they have to be at the right age to get some value on them when they come to leave the football club. You can't keep buying big players for big money and having no return on them. So it seems like the right fit. If you can, it's a gamble, isn't it, when you buy someone from a different league, because they've never played in our league and you don't know what it's going to be like when they come here. But you can only rely on your recruitment, and you're ultimately as good as your recruitment team. So we'll see how that pans out.
Could be on his way to the Premier League too. United left-footed striker as well, which could come in handy. But what about Declan Rice, due to undergo his Arsenal medical today? Disappointed he's maybe not going to United, and do you think he can take Arsenal to the next level?
Yeah, I think Arsenal have obviously done well in the transfer window over the last few years. I think they've obviously got a great young manager, and they come very close last year. And I think when you do come close, it's important that you don't sit on your laurels and you sit there thinking that you're good enough. You've always got to improve, and they're certainly doing that with bringing Declan Rice in. He's been a fantastic player for West Ham and a servant for West Ham. Obviously, he's a top player for England as well, but I think it was time for him to move on. And now he's going to a club that's challenging, and I think that as a player, that's what you want. You want to play in Europe, and you want to challenge for the trophies and the titles, and Arsenal are doing that now. So I think it's a massive signing for Arsenal. He would have fitted in at any club, Man United being one of them, but he chose to go with Arsenal, and I can actually see why. They've got a great project there. They've got a good manager, like I said, and they've got some good top young players, so he'll fit in nicely there, and I think it'll be a massive signing for them.
We shall see. Another one of your former side, just want to ask you about Newcastle signing Sandro Tonali on Monday. A good addition to that midfield, a young player as well. Yeah,
I don't know too much about him, to be honest with you. I just know he's the right age again, and I think it's important that you do. I'm a big believer in buying young players who can come in and grow with a football club. And I think obviously you've got to have the older pros as well, but they've got a really good squad there. It's exciting times for Newcastle fans. They've got the ownership group that's there. That's it's backing the manager massively. Eddie Howe's an unbelievable coach. He's been around quite a bit, and I don't think he gets as much recognition as he maybe deserves. He should be up there with the best ones. I think he's brilliant at what he does. But the young midfielder coming in, it can only be exciting for Newcastle. And seeing figures that are getting around, that the people that are going to buy, it's exciting times for them.
Finally, Nicky, do you think they're capable of challenging in the Champions League next season? It's certainly going to be exciting to see, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the atmosphere will be electric up there on Champions League nights. Will they challenge? I'm a bit unsure about that. Obviously, it's the first time back in Champions League for a long time, and it does take time to grow and get time to learn the football there. We had it when we was at United. It takes time. You don't just go in and get to the semi-finals in the first year or 2 years or 3 years. It takes you time to learn and grow into the tournament, because it's a difficult tournament. It's total different football to Premier League football. So yeah, I don't think they'll be challenging to go and win it, but just to hear the fans on a Champions League night with the music up there, it'll be exciting and it'll be very special.
It will. Well, look, all the very best in pre-season, all the very best for the season as well. Enjoy it and thank you.
Okay, thanks very much. Cheers.